Hey everyone, my name is Abe Rothstein. I'm a current student, sophomore at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. Currently, I've been doing a lot of work around the basketball team, becoming the beat writer and a commentator for WRGW, where I'm able to both cover men's and women's basketball, build relationships with members of the team, members of the coaching staff, and truly be able to cover the team into the best of my ability. Yeah, so my whole life, I've always been a huge sports fan. My family, sports has always been the thing that we've all watched, that we've all talked about. Even my grandma, biggest Mets fan I personally know. She could tell you about all the players. She could tell you everything. Yeah, so last year when I came in, of course, as someone who's a big sports fan, I became a big fan of the basketball team last year. And I would honestly always joke around with my friends saying that, oh, I got to find a way I can get in. I really want to know the coach and everything. I want to know the players. I became friends with some people who are already members of WRGW, some people who already, had some ins within it. They eventually were looking to expand the sports department and they were looking for some people. So they reached out to me. And ever since that, I've been all in and become one of the most featured people there. So I've had an opportunity to write over 16 pieces this year, game stories. I just wrote a big off-season preview where I was able to interview recruits, coaching staff. Just had actually an interview with one of the players' parents. Something that I think has also been really cool is that I've been able to go to 7 or 8 different arenas this year. Been around up and down the East Coast, or I should say the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and the pinnacle where I've been so far this year is the Barclays Center. Was able to be at the Barclays Center for the Atlantic 10 basketball tournament as credentialed media for every day there. So being able to have access to the same facilities, the same amenities as, for example, the NBA reporters do was something that was really awesome. Yeah, you just have to put yourself out there as much as possible. I know at first, I experienced the same thing. I was like, this is kind of weird, it's kind of awkward. But most of the time, like, for example, if you're talking to the players, they're also the same age as you here. So it's also at a personal level, it's much easier. It's not, it doesn't have that weird aspect of, you being much older than them or them being much older than you. You guys are all college students, and I think that's the most important thing to realize that, they're doing most of the same stuff as you are right now. Still have to do classes and everything. I even have a player in one of my classes. So just being able to talk to them and trying to just break the ice as much as possible, I think, is the biggest thing. And don't be afraid to put yourself out there with reaching out to different people. I reached out to 7 people for an article and only 2 people got back to me. So even it takes a lot of swings and misses in this. Of course, the best baseball players only hit the ball 30% of the time at the end of the day. So just being able to put yourself out there as much as possible, because at the end of the day, that 1 or 2 people that might get back to you could make a big difference in something you're working on.